Lydia Daly, who helped design the JWT survey that Mia was just referencing. She's Strategy Planning Director at JWT Singapore and joins us this morning from the Lion City. Lydia, let me ask you, I know that young adults are super wired, but, you know, if they're tired, if they don't want to do it, then just don't do it.
Well, I think what we're looking at here, rather than looking at it being as something as tired and weary, what we're seeing is a new kind of social obligation. So much as the way in real life we have social obligations, so be that calling your mum on her birthday, or being polite to strangers, or getting in line when there's a queue, it just means that nowadays, with the onset of social media, we have new social obligations. So perhaps it means that you have to like a photo if a friend has tagged you in it. And we see this in our results of our survey. So 73% said that it showed that they care to respond to tags on Facebook.
Okay, so with this sort of addiction to social networking, then that kind of proves to investors that maybe they should be buying into this Facebook IPO this week.
Yeah, and the word addiction is quite a strong word. I wouldn't see it as addiction, but I do think that what this survey shows is that people absolutely love it. They can't get enough of it, and that's why they want to be on there all the time. But I think what we do need to take into context is this survey was done between people between the ages of 18 to 26, and this is a different age group to the general Facebook population. So these are people for whom how they look and how are they perceived by their friends is extremely important. And so the fact that they want to check every photo that's been uploaded fits with that age group, whereas it mightn't be apparent for everybody.
That's right. Okay, and that's why we have General Motors, by the way, GM, saying that they might consider pulling their ads off Facebook because guess what? They're not getting as much traction and they're not selling as many cars given how much they pay to get 900 million eyeballs on their ads.
Yeah, I did see that story this morning. So I think this is interesting. I think looking at that as a headline, you can take from it what you will, but you need to look at it a little bit deeper. So Facebook was never meant really to be a medium for advertisers to sell more cars, and we are in the midst of an economic downturn. So I don't know if they've done similar research on how their TV ads are performing and how likely somebody is to buy a car based on that. I think looking at Facebook for advertisers just on the basis of social buys, so whether that be ads that you see down the left-hand side or on the right-hand side or within your timeline is one thing. But looking at it as a community and a way to grow brand advocates is another. So it's more of an awareness tool when you look at advertising. But what you can do once you've channeled them into a community and can start sharing content that you've created for them. I think I'd like to mention KitKat because we've created a social break app that we think does just this. So we've seen this research, we've seen that the youth are stressed, so we wanted to create something for them, for our Facebook community in Singapore to play up to this and just to be a little bit cheeky with it. So I think for advertisers, engaging content like that is the way forward rather than just advertising or banners.
Okay, but you know, Lydia, I got to say brand awareness is hard to quantify in dollar terms, and that's what people want to do. They want to monetize, you know, their ads on Facebook, or how do they use Facebook to make money for their business, right? I mean, so in recent years, I mean, have you seen any successful campaigns that you say people should be emulating?
I think you can look at, it's hard because it's one of those mediums that's hard to measure, much like a lot of advertising. I know digital makes it a little bit easier because you can track where people go, and once they leave Facebook, you can track where they go with systems like Buddy Media. But I think what you need to be looking at is that this is the first step on a CRM or loyalty campaign. You don't look at it as just advertising awareness should lead to a sale. It's the first step. So there's many more steps that need to follow after that.
Okay, one more question for you, Lydia. But, you know, some say when Facebook goes to market, this might be the peak of the market, and we might see Facebook go the way of MySpace. What do you think?
I think it's hard to tell. If I could predict the future, then I'd probably be a very rich woman. I think, from personal opinion, I can see it only growing and growing. As a marketer, as an agency at JWT, Facebook is extremely important to us. It's where our audience are spending the majority of their online time, and it's where we're going to continue to invest in the future.
Okay, Lydia, interesting insights today. Thank you so much. Lydia Daly of JWT Singapore.